Thanks, Brian. I just want to welcome everyone. Girl Scouts don't want to sit. You guys have worked so hard to build our Gaga pit. You don't want to take a rest and have a seat? Everyone standing back there, please. First of all, let's give a big hand. Would all Public Works employees raise your hand if you work for Public Works? Bud, that means you. Thank you. Give them a big round of applause. This has been a tremendous endeavor. Really, I don't know, the last large park we opened, Tracy, what was it, Glasgow? I think, which was 20 some years ago. So this is really a true accomplishment for the county. And the individual who oversaw so much of this, the planning, the execution, we wanted to start with her. Kendall Summers, come on up. Head of Parks and Rec for, or Parks, not Rec. Head of Parks for Newcastle County Public Works.
I'm not as tall as Matt. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. And thank you for being here. I've been waiting for this day. When I started at Newcastle County, the former employee that was here I was replacing, really the only thing I remember him telling me is, in your career, you're never going to build a park south of the canal. Good thing he didn't know how stubborn I was. And here we are. I'm really proud of what we are going to be cutting a ribbon on today. It was a long effort. It wasn't hard. It was fun at times. It was stressful at times. It was 1,380 days from the time we started concept planning to today, which I think is a pretty good clip for a government project. So I'm happy that we can all be here today to enjoy it. A lot of people to thank. We worked with a number of partners. We coordinated with our partners in community services to make sure we had the right amenities here. We worked with Simone Collins, who was our concept designer. Century Engineering was our engineer to design and develop this. ADEL, I think there are some representatives from ADEL here today who actually constructed what we have today, so thank you for them. And our parks planning team, who worked on this relentlessly for the last 3.5 years. Marco Boyce is here. He started with the concept design of this plan, and then when we got to design and construction, it was turned over to Mike Clendaniel, who is the project manager. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the reason we're here today and not next year is because of Mike. He spent a lot of hard work looking over this plan in detail, making corrections, making sure things fit together well, making sure we incorporated the comments of the public. He was out here every week, making sure that things were getting done. He literally walked plans through the office to get the appropriate signatures so he could push it along. So, Mike, thank you. I hope you had a little fun in the research and development of this park. He'll challenge anyone to a zip line race, after we're done here. And also I'd like to thank Compan, who is our playground vendor. As you can see, that's kind of the focal point of the park. It is a beautiful playground for everyone to enjoy. There are a number of inclusive features that are included here, so we hope that the greater Middletown area and even beyond will come and enjoy it. So with that, I will hand it off to our Councilman, Dave Carter, because without the support of both the county executive and county council, this would never have been achieved.
And I'm probably a big part of the reason for her stress level. Well, I can't tell you how exciting it is to be here today. Taylor talked a little bit about the long road to get here. It was a long and winding road, much more than the trail around this park. I guess the planning of parks south of the canal started around 1972 when the county first purchased the Wiggins Mill property. And I served on the first task force as a citizen around 2001 with Councilwoman Patty Powell when we thought the park was either going to go over by St. Anne's or at Wiggins Mill. And then we did a plan for Wiggins Mill. It didn't get there. So it's been a long time coming. I can't thank our public works staff, the administration, everyone that has been involved with this so long to bring this to fruition. It is critically needed for this area. With the growth that we have, more and more we need locations where we can bring our communities together. And we just don't have them. I spend a lot of time actually meeting with communities, often in their community open space, one at a time. And I can't wait until next spring to meet with all of my communities here in the park, with kids playing in the background, under a pavilion if it is raining, and just really enjoying it. It has just been a phenomenal thing. I was actually shocked that we opened today, and a big hand goes out to the public works staff. It rained nonstop for the last week, and I thought for sure we were going to have yet one more delay. We didn't get there. For us, we know after all the years of planning that with the growth we have, that this is a good start, but we're going to have to do a lot more and keep at it despite limited resources. And I want to thank all the parks staff that have been working with me to try and do some work for some passive opportunities down at Wiggins Mill property. We have 172 acres. We're beginning to restore that. We've dedicated it as a natural area, and we'll be able to get some trails in and use it. And hopefully we will soon be able to start on a concept plan, at least for a park over on Churchtown Road. You know, it's a never-ending battle being a council person down here in the growth zone, because we're always trying to play catch-up. And it's just tough. And we've made some inroads with this and the library and the first paramedic station, but I'm already starting to get concerned. Last week I lost my broadband at home and had to go to the library, and it's getting used so extensively I couldn't get a meeting room. So I had to have my council discussions out in the hallway making noise, bothering the library patrons. So we do have space to expand it, but it might be a while before we get there. We're going to have the same experience here. We do have a new restored paramedic station, but looking at the growth, we need to start planning now for another one as well. As I look behind us, I can't wait to come out and see everybody playing pickleball and playing basketball. For me, one of the most important things is just bringing the community into a common area. In a growth zone like this, we have a lot of people come from different areas that don't know each other, and these common spaces are really, really, really important. So I hope everyone will enjoy it. I know I will be back. I can't wait to come here and camp for Sleeping Under the Stars in the spring that is already being planned by our community services. And let us know what you think. And I will be checking. I'm going to give the park staff a little bit of time off, but then I'll be checking them when we go to the phase 2 and phase 3 of the park. But I want to at least give them a week off. So thank you very much for coming out, and please enjoy the park. It's yours. You deserve it. It's been a long wait, and I'm just so excited that we've finally been able to get it to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Councilman Carter. Up next is a state senator who I like to say is so gifted and wonderful in what she does, in part because her elected career started in Newcastle County government as the county council president. So without further ado, someone so committed to open spaces and parks and sustainability of communities, Senator Stephanie HANSEN.
Hi, and thank you for giving me a couple minutes. This is James. This is my grandson, James, who I wanted to make sure he was here to enjoy the park, and he already has been. You know, he's told me when I first got here as to, you know, have you been over to the playground area? He's been on the flip line. I was like, oh my God, he's 3 years old. The flip line, what? Apparently that's the zip line in 3-year-old speak. So it's always a good time when I can be here and spend time with friends from Newcastle County. And really, if it wasn't for the dedication of the county administration and County Executive Meyer and all the folks from Parks and Kendall and Michael and Daniel, all of you, you guys have really done something that no one thought could be done in this period of time. I mean, there had always been a hope that we would have a park serving north of Middletown, this big growth zone that's here. There was a hope, but you know, there was always some reason why we couldn't get it. And now today, here it is. And that's great kudos to you. It's wonderful for the community, for kids like James who live in Whitehall and Parkside and all the area that's around here. They will make tremendous use out of this. The Charles Price Park is heavily used in the other part of Middletown. I expect this to be as well, but this is more than just a passive park. You know, this is the Sleep Under the Stars and all the other events and programs that the county government is able to bring to this park and to the people in the area is really a tremendous, tremendous community spirit builder. And I really want to thank you, Newcastle County, for getting the job done. Thank you.
I need lessons, Senator Hansen, in keeping a child so well behaved. That's really impressive. Thank you so much. We're also here joined by the County Council President, who's had really unconditional commitment to our parks and especially this park. So come on up, Council President Karen Hartley-Nagel.
Thank you so much, Matt, and good morning, everybody. This is so exciting. I had just got done a couple weeks ago doing a countywide community meetings for parks and public safety, and I just love our parks. I was so excited about this one opening, and I want to thank our parks people because they are doing an excellent job. I did that series of park meetings throughout the county. The people love our parks throughout the county. So I'm so excited to see this one south of the canal. And also we are going to make sure it is safe. So our public safety is working with us to upgrade. So is our parks. And I just want to let you know they are doing so much with so little. We are short parks people, but they make it work. And they have done an incredible job in expanding what we are doing. And so they are bringing those services down here to you. I am so excited. I thank them. I thank the county executive and everybody else here, Stephanie, and also, you know, our Mr. Carter. Sorry about that, Dave. So thank you, everyone. I'll keep this short and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Council President Hartley-Nagel. It's great to be joined by elected officials who are united and supportive without question. To be honest, Councilwoman Lisa Diller former Councilwoman Diller used to always say to me, you know, Matt, people aspire to one day grow up and be president or governor or senator or even mayor, but you won't find a single kid in America aspiring to be county executive. And I thought of that sitting here. Like, I never aspired to stand up here and be talking about a park. What I really think I aspire to do is be one of those kids playing while all us adults are over here talking. So I'm going to just be very brief so we can all go play like kids. Harold Holman is here. He is the head of the Delaware Pickleball Association. That means one thing. That means that we didn't just build tennis courts. We built pickleball courts. And I know Councilman Carter referred to it, and you know, our goal is to become the #1 pickle county in America. I wanted to wear my pickle suit today. The team vetoed it again. But I'm also joined with my senior leadership team of the county, Vanessa Phillips, Andrea Allman, Kenny Dunn. They know that in Newcastle County, there's something called Matt Meyer time. And that is when Kendall comes to me and says, Tracy Searles, head of Public Works, comes to me and says, it's going to take about 6 months to build this park. I say, good. Can you finish it by the end of the month? When I was elected, with actually then citizen David Carter's help, we put together a program and series of policies for Middletown in this area. There was a strong sense that southern Newcastle County had been forgotten, and they were for years paying in to the county property tax pool, but weren't getting much out of it. And we set out, after I was elected, my team had me write down all the electoral promises I made. And I felt like there really was only one. And that was to deliver a park, paramedic station, and a library to southern Newcastle County. We, as Councilman Carter referenced, we finished the paramedic station. We, of course, have a beautiful library that now has full meeting rooms, oversubscribed. And maybe needs an extension, don't report that, an annex. And now we can say we've finished the park, finished phase 1 of the park, which we're very proud of. We haven't been able to do that alone, as was referenced. State support is always very helpful. Of course, none of this would happen without the majority support of County Council. And I'm pretty sure that there was unanimous support for this park across County Council. If you go to our County Council meeting, unanimous support is not always the easiest thing to get. A honeymoon period the first 6 months, yeah. But also others. Troops, can everyone from Troop 78 stand up for a minute? Zahara and the team, stand up. All the Girl Scout moms, dads, troop leaders, stand up. They built us a Gaga court. If you don't know what Gaga is, it means you weren't born in the last 15 years. But Gaga is amazing. It's basically like pickleball, but for little kids, I guess we can say. It's a fun game. I'm sure they brought the Gaga ball when we're done. They'll be happy to show you. But thank you so much, kids, for performing a service to the community that's going to be long, long lasting. We hope that one day you'll be able to bring your children and the next generation here to play on the Gaga courts that you made. I also want you to know that we're not done. In the course of my 7 years of service, you learn that there are additional things this area needs. Public safety remains among our top concerns. So I wanted everybody to hear today, be the first to hear, that we're about to launch a feasibility study. We own a piece of property on 2400 DuPont Highway, which is the corner of Boyd's Corner Road and Route 13. We're looking at building a public safety facility there to enhance and improve our paramedic and emergency response in this area. And we're going to continue to look around to see that things that we can do in partnership with Councilman Carter, Councilman Bell, Senator HANSEN, Council President Hartley Nagel, and others to make sure that this area, as it grows, the growth is planned, institutions and infrastructure is invested in, and we maintain critical and beautiful open spaces like this. So thank you so much all for coming. Thank you for your contributions to this tremendous facility, and let's make sure those scissors are sharp and cut a ribbon. Thank you. Brian Cunningham, tell us what to do.